Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing, and subscribing. I have shuffled and laid out the cards, and I work with the 12 houses of the zodiac. So as the cards are coming out in each house, then that is the influence that's applying at this time. So with the first house, we have water element, which is sensing. The first house is everything to do with the body. So this is yourself, your appearance to others, what you're projecting outwards to others. It's also your physical body, your vitality, your self-oriented interests, and your personality and your characteristics, which others are seeing in you. So if you want to look at it this way, that would be your ascendant up until a certain point in life, and then your sun sign takes over in any case. So if you want to investigate that, you can. But with this influence coming into your first house, what it's indicating is you need to just go with the flow at this time. So whether this is a new gym routine that you're doing, or just the way you are conducting yourself with others, how you are mixing, with others in the world, how you're making your way in the world, just how you're presenting yourself to others at this time. So what it's indicating is that you need to go with the flow at this time. Just follow your feelings and your deep knowing. Just avoid others' drama or getting involved in other people's drama, because with this influence at this time, you will need to probably withdraw for a while, or for periods every so often, to gather your resources and your energy in preparation for movement forward, which will be coming. So it's a kind of time of sort of just sitting back. You're still involved with things, but you just need to protect your energy a little bit and store up because you're going to need it later on. So don't let others take advantage of you during those quiet times, or if they're perceiving you as sort of not being overly dynamic at this time. Just don't allow them to take advantage of you. You may also have to work alone for now, depending on what kind of work it is you do, but you may just need to spend time alone. You could also just be having really low energy, just not feeling like you want to get involved in too much. You may just also be feeling a little bit adrift, like you haven't really got any set plans at this time. But it's fine. It's fine at this time to just follow the path of least resistance until the energies shift. So this could just be a period that you need to go through periodically in between bouts of getting busy or doing other things. Just pull back, spend a bit of time alone just to gather your energy. This is also quite a good time for artistic endeavors. So whether you like to write or you're involved in music, or there's art, water is also indicated. So it may be a good time to visit water places, bodies of water. Recreational activities which enhance your artistic side or your creative side are indicated. Now that is a theme that comes up a number of times in your chart. So it's something definitely worth pursuing. You may not necessarily be artistic yourself, but you can still be creative with what you're doing, or how you are, what you say, how you dress, your home, and so on. But it could also be that you could be enjoying artistic activities. So this could be visiting the arts, so galleries, ballet, concerts, things like that, and you're going to get a lot out of that. Then in the second house, we have Cancer, I feel. So your second house is your house of money, your income that's coming in. It's also the house of possessions, what you own. And it's also your house of self-worth and your values, your actual value systems, what you really put above, what's important to you. So with Cancer, I feel coming in there. Again, this is another feeling card. It comes up a number of times. It's about what do you feel. So in any one of those areas, you need to trust your inner wisdom and sensitivity. Use your intuition at this time. There's also, if you are a feminine, then it's about harnessing your feminine wisdom or your woman's wisdom. Or if you are a masculine, it's about harnessing that the more receptive side of the feminine nature, and bringing that into your daily life. There's also, with this card coming in, there's going to be cycles of things. So things are going to be going in cycles. So you may have flow one month and then not the next, or 1 week things are flowing, they're up, and then the next minute they're a little bit down. So you just got to be able to build a bit of resilience and learn to ride those waves. But it's a very imaginative and creative aspect to be having. And this could also be coming into how you earn your income, or ways of earning income. And this could be writing, art, music. All of those emphases are coming in again, and they were already mentioned in your first house. So if you have any of those sorts of investments, or sort of you're interested in that, or you actually are busy doing that, producing art or writing or involved with music and the film industry, then this comes in for you. Again, withdrawing periodically to center yourself. This comes in with this card. It's about spending a bit of time alone just to reorientate yourself, and get your energies together. There is a feminine emphasis with this card. So whether that affects you in some way, or it's about harnessing that inner feminine side. This card also brings in nostalgia and memories and the past. So something may come back to you, or you may be working on something which has roots in the past, and it may be bringing income in for you, or it could just be to do with your self-worth and your values, harnessing the inner feminine, or just focusing on that feminine side, being more receptive and so on, and just really just harnessing your intuition in whatever way it affects you. Then in the third house, we have the earth element, stability. Your third house is everything to do with your communication, how you communicate. So that can be verbally, written, and it's also your body language. And this can be in any way, shape or form. It could even be with social media. So this house also covers documents and contracts of all kinds. So with the earth element stability coming in, it means that's bringing in stability for you, or you may just be feeling quite stable at this time, or you may need to bring the stability in. So with this, what it's asking you to do is to make sure that you stay grounded. You need to be, your roots need to be really firm and really strong in the soil so that you can stand firm. This is also about, since this is to do with communication, this is also to do with the words that you use. Your words are going to be very important at this time, because it's about planting. So it's words that are nurturing. You're going to be planting certain things, and it's with the intention of whatever it is that you're doing will grow. So think of it from that point of view, because whatever you're saying to yourself and to others is going to be important. And make sure that what you are saying to others, or what the words that you are using, are grounded, are nurturing, and are going to bring you good results later on. It's about being practical, and using your wisdom. It's also about being methodical, and sticking to what works. So, as I said, this affects all forms of communication. It also covers documents and contracts. So, you need to take your time with whatever it is that you're doing, and really ground yourself. You need patience with this card as well, because things are not going to happen overnight. So, as I said, it's about planting, putting seeds down, and then nurturing them and to grow. And it's also a very good time to make good contacts. The people that you're going to meet during this time could be very, very helpful to you. And so what you say to them, how your discussions, your conversations with them, and the exchange of documents and contracts with them, however it's coming for you. But these are going to be powerful contacts that you can make, which will really be solid contacts for you to have. So, you need to nurture those as well. The other side of this card could also be to avoid stubbornness, being overly stubborn, and inflexible in your attitude, It could also be letting go of fears which may be keeping you stuck. Materialistic fears, this could be it, or just fears in general of moving forward on something because of, you're enjoying it. It's like being in a comfort zone. You're stuck there, Also, the third house covers trips. This is local trips, short trips. So going out into nature or to see animals, if you have access to visiting animals in the wild or in nature, just nature trips in general will be very nice and very helpful for you and help to ground you as well. When you're in nature, you do feel grounded. It does give you a tremendous amount, helps to clear your head and helps to give you, that feeling of comfort and oneness with the world, which is important at this time. Then in your fourth house, we have Black Moon Lilith Mystery. So your fourth house is to do with your physical home, your actual the bricks and mortar or whatever it is that your home is constructed from, whether you're in a flat or a house or shared circumstances, but it's your home, the actual physical structure. It's also the people in your home life, your lifestyle, and it's also your roots, like your family tree, your foundation, what it is that you've come from, your ethnic identity, and so on. So with this coming in here, what it's indicating for you is that something may feel a bit off in your home life, or it could be somebody in your home, or it just could be circumstances just feel a bit off. You don't have all the facts, or so things are not clear, or you are waiting for something to happen. And it could also mean that you may have to stand your ground in some way. Because this card covers the deeper, darker feminine, you may also just be aware that not to, whatever's going on in your home or to do with your home, try not to harbor negative emotions around what's going on, the situation. So it's like festering of emotions, deep-seated emotions, over issues to do with the home, or even your ethnic identity or your family foundation. It's your early what you came from. So you may need to find a healthy outlet for that, so that it doesn't overtake you. And drag you down into, sort of darker feelings of bitterness and envy, or almost like vengeful or rebellious attitudes and things like that. It's just emotions really that stem from some sort of fear or something that's unknown. It could also be that there may be control issues in the home between people in there. Just something's off, something's not right. So you may just have to take action and deal with that. But it could also be just that you may need to stand your ground in some way as well. But just be aware that could come up in your home life. Then in your fifth house, we have Moon Soul, another one of the watery feeling cards. So your fifth house is everything to do with your children, if you have children or children that you're associated with. It's also the house of creativity. Your creativity could be your children's creativity. And it's also the house of love affairs and the house of all forms of recreation. So that could be any kind of activity. It's normally fun activities. It could also be sports. It can bring in gambling. There's all that comes into it as well. But with the moon card coming in there, this is about following your gut feelings. To do with any one of those aspects. It's also that emotions may be high. You may just be feeling emotional or very sensitive. It's about being receptive as well, because this is got a feminine influence in it. So either you are feeling like that, or it could be that your children are going through a phase of feeling like that. This card also brings a strong female or mother influence or female or mother issues into your with your children, or it could be in some sort of a love affair and there's a strong feminine or mother influence in there. It just depends how it comes in, but there's a strong female or feminine influence with this card. Pregnancy can also come in, so if you are hoping to fall pregnant or you are trying for to fall pregnant, this may assist you at this time. But it's also about moodiness and feeling restless, and going through cycles of the moon. So possibly there are female issues that need attended to, possibly with your children, or as I said, could be in yourself. But it's going to come out in any one of those areas. It could also be a secret affair that is coming up for you in some form. The moon also brings in crowds and fame. So this could be something to do with, again, your children or some creative endeavor you're working with, or it could be an activity like a sports activity that either you or your children are involved in, and there are lots of people involved and there's a bit of fame going on, or just exposure on a much bigger scale than what you have previously had to do with. Again, the arts, imagination come in with this card strongly, so either you or your children could be involved. Possibly there's some kind of activity which you're involved in is now getting traction. Food and culinary comes into this as well. It's also about dreams. Your dream life may be important, or your children's dream life, or just your own dreams or your children's dreams may be important at this time. Just be aware that under the moon's influence, sometimes things just may not be 100% clear. Like the cold light of day is not shining on it right now. So that could also be coming, and that could be coming in on a love affair as well. Things may not be 100% clear. So all of those feelings are going on. The moon is also about your habits, your children's habits, or it could be the habits of a love affair. And with the moon also, it's about creating an environment of feeling safe and nurtured, but not smothering. So bear that in mind with your children, and bear that if it's a love affair is appropriate for you at this time as well. Then in the 6th house, this is your house of work, your workplace, your work colleagues, and mastery of your craft, whatever it is that you want to specialize in, or something that you're busy working on currently, some sort of project or some kind of personal, interest that you have, which is craftsmanship. It's something that you're trying to gain as much knowledge about. This house also covers your health and your diet, and it's the house of pets as well. So with Aries, I am coming in there. With any one of those areas, it's about, but I feel particularly work focused because that's coming in later as well. This is about pushing forward on something, but it's when we say push forward, this is not aggressive, rash action. The best way to deal with this energy is to take measured action, disciplined action, but it's got to be focused, and it's going to require your determination, which you should have with this card in that house. It's also no nonsense, straightforward approach, no game playing. It's an ambitious card. You may also in your workplace have a bit of competition, or you may have to defend yourself in some way, or you defend what it is that you've done or are doing, or the course of the work that you're taking. It's your leadership of it, or your leadership skills coming in here. You may be required to bring your leadership skills in. It's also about finishing what you start. So Aries is about the starting of something. It's that action to go and do it, but you actually need to see it through to the end as well. You may have to work with others to help you finish this project. But the action and the energy is going to be there for you to do that. It's also avoid anger or conflict of any kind, either with your colleagues or with people that you're having to work with. As I said, it's about measured and disciplinary action. So when I say disciplinary, it's within yourself. You don't want to go off at a tangent and be rushing to do things. This is about having a plan, sticking to it, and putting the steps in place. But it is fairly swift action. It needs to be. There's not a lot of patience with this card. When it comes to your health and your diet, with that action and that working and possibly being very ambitious about what you are doing, you may find that your diet falls by the wayside. But with this card, it's indicated, headaches from rushing, injuries from rushing as well, or rashes that come up through heat, because it's a fiery card. So it's that urge to get going quickly, to move, and impatience, and that may bring up rashes on the skin as well. So as I said, measured action and avoid rushing, and you will harness the very best benefits of this card. And then in the 7th house, we have Gemini, I think. So first off with this card, particularly as it's appearing in your 7th house, this is associated with soulmates of all kinds, whether this is a business partnership or a love partnership or just a really good friendship. But this is somebody very close. The 7th house has everything to do with close personal relationships, one-on-one love relationships, one-on-one business partnerships, or another one-on-one very close personal relationship. So soulmates comes in there, and that can be male or female, or it could be, as I said, a love partner. So it could be a very important romantic partnership, or it could be a partner in business. But there's a very deep connection coming in there. That is a possibility with this card. It could also, if you're in an existing relationship, then it's about bringing all the best parts of the Gemini influence in. And the best thing to do with this card is to bring mindfulness in. So it's all about communication. It's also about the quick mental faculties, but it's also about listening. So you need to listen as well as you communicate. Okay, Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed that, and have a great month, and I will see you next time. Thank you for watching.